Assalamualaikum and hi there, I'm Shikin Aziz. In this video, I'm gonna to explain steam application in food industry and the steam quality that food industry should meet. In food industry, steam is used in food processing for a lot of tasks, from preparing product to cleaning equipment. Common uses of steam in food and beverage facilities include blanching product, rehydrating products, sterilizing equipment, and steam in place to clean pipes. For your information, steam may also act as a transport for food hazards such as pathogens and dirt. Thus, in many countries, there are regulations which provide requirements for application of steam in food industries. This is an example of food regulations under Malaysia Food Act, which prescribe the steam requirements, where it required that the steam shall be the product derived from water that complies with the standard, with the quality that's prescribed in this regulation. All right. I have explained the water quality for food industry application in my previous video. You may see from that video. And then the third statement say that no person shall use. When there is word of shall here, you must know that it's requirement. You must follow. Okay. All right. Okay. So no person shall use, cause or permit to be used any water or steam in the preparation or manufacture of any food for sale unless that water or steam complies with the standards prescribed in this regulation. So it has strict requirement for steam also. All right, when it comes to producing of food. Okay. Thus, with these legal statements, we can ensure that public is protected from any hazard that may derive from steam that is used in food manufacturing. And you must know that there are several types of steam in industry. Steam used by food manufacturing industry is classified into three categories as shown here. All right, plant steam, or also known as utility steam. All right, plant steam is typically produced by a boiler and can be used in application that do not involve contact with food product or with food surfaces that contact food products. Okay, that may contact food products. All right. In other words, this process we call indirect heating. Right. Then let's look on culinary. Okay, culinary or sanitary steam. This culinary steam is used for direct injection into product or to clean or sterilize product contact surfaces. Culinary steam typically contains additives that prevent corrosion and scaling within boilers. So it is often filtered before coming into contact with food product. And other things about this steam is any additive that may contain inside the steam must meet legal standard requirements for human consumption. Okay, now let's look on pure, or also known as hygienic steam. Pure steam does not contain any additive and is produced by heating untreated water that is stored separately. And pure steam is often used to produce organic product that restrict usage of chemicals and additives. All right. Now, from these steam types, okay, these three steam types, which steam will be best to be used in food manufacturing product? Do you know? All right. I believe it's not difficult to choose, right? After considering all the steam characteristics in this chart. Okay, we know that culinary or sanitary steam or pure or hygienic steam is the safe type of steam to be used in treating the food and cleaning the food contact surface. Now let's compare the advantage and the disadvantage of culinary steam and pure steam. First, let's look the advantage and disadvantage of culinary steam. Usually, the standard steam used in food industry is culinary steam. Culinary steam is food safe and can be used to blanch, rehydrate, and sterilize food products. And it is more economical in the long term compared to producing pure steam. And culinary steam requires less energy and water, meaning lower utility bills in the long run. Another advantage of culinary steam, it has less costly upfront. As culinary steam does not require the big initial investment for a steam generator, thus this saving you money upfront. And usually traditional culinary steam come with startup costs for pipes, strainers, valves, filters, which are not as expensive as equipment for a pure steam system. While the disadvantage of culinary steam, it is not as hygienic because not as hygienic as pure steam because culinary steam commonly contain any chemicals or additive for boiler scalding treatment, and there is ongoing cost and maintenance since culinary steam is made from water containing additive and the steam is run through strainers and filters to remove as many of the impurities as possible before it is introduced to the product. Thus, filter must be changed on a regular schedule. Okay, while for pure steam, uh, or also known as hygienic steam, or some people call it as clean steam, this type of steam can be considered as the most food safe options available to food processors. Pure steam is generally used in production of organic food, and pure steam can increase food safety. By using pure steam, you may improve the hygienic quality of food product as there is no risk of any chemical contamination because there are no additive in the water. And it also meets organic food standards since there is no introduction of chemicals or additive in pure systems. However, pure steam is less efficient. This is because additional water and more electricity is needed to heat the coils and power the process during generation of the pure steam. Hence, utilization of pure steam will increase the utility usage and has higher long-term utility cost. Alright, it also needs more expensive upfront. Alright, as complex equipment is used to generate pure steam, like steam generators, which are a big investment. Alright, now I have explained three types of steam, which are plant steam, culinary steam, and pure steam. There is another new developed steam, okay, which known as dry steam. Okay, dry steam cleaning system produce vapor with as little as 5% moisture content. And because of low moisture content, dry steam can be used safely and effectively around water sensitive equipment such as electronic controls, panels, and in fact, it can even be used safely inside most control panels. And even though dry steam low on moisture, dry steam still does an excellent function for cleaning. And it can be used on all kind of surfaces, including small holes and crevices, and it will blast away grease, oil, dirt, and another residues of contaminants. Another benefit of dry steam is that it leaves equipment ready for use almost immediately. There is no downtime while waiting for the machinery to dry off from cleaning if you use dry steam. Okay, and then finally, dry steam is safe to use around most chemicals. All right, now steam also can be excellent agent of sanitation as it can sanitize, disinfect, and sterilize, right? So general types of sanitization in food industry can include thermal sanitization, which involve use of hot water or steam at specific temperature and contact time, and chemical sanitations, which involve the use of an approved chemical sanitizer at a specific temperature, uh, contact time, and specific concentration. All right. In food manufacturing plant, the process equipment only require proper cleaning and sanitation process actually. But if the plant has aseptic packaging line, hence disinfection or sterilization must be used. But however, the biggest problem with application of steam is that it has to be sanitary steam, where this means that the steam must be free of rust, okay, must be free of rust, iron particle, and it must also free from any chemical used in the boiler. All right, this I list some example of chemical inside the boiler. All right, and to avoid the steam from rust contamination, steam must be transported in stainless steel pipe. Okay, that's why when using steam, it will also increase the cost of the operation of the plant. All right. Now let's look the difference between steam and hot water and sanitizers. So in production of sanitary steam, you may need a secondary generator, all right, or dedicated boiler. Because of the equipment involved to produce sanitary steam, steam application will need a larger initial investment usually for the equipment and maintenance. All right. And important to note also, condensed water of the steam is very corrosive, which can generate rust particles on metal surface. Thus, only stainless steel pipes and fittings are approved for sanitary steam. And another issue with steam and hot water is the difficulty to maintain the recommended temperature during required time during the sanitizing, and temperature of steam and hot water generally at right temperature at the beginning of the process. However, after contacting with cold surfaces, the surface will condense steam. It will condense steam or it will cool the hot water to unacceptable temperature. So then the reduction of temperature normally happen at the exit of the equipment. Okay, so we don't want this happen, okay, because we want to control, we must to maintain the temperature during sanitizing. All right. And then despite the issues of the steam, some food industry prefer to use steam because it can completely clean. It can completely clean the equipment. And steam is usually applied by spraying the surface at certain pressure, hence steam will mechanically agitate the surface, and this will assist the removal of salts or deposit or the bacteria. Um, And due to high temperature mechanical effect, steam can penetrate the soil or deposit or biofilm and killing the microorganism that hidden within it. And steam cleaning technique minimize the environmental impact of sanitization, as generation of steam will only consume minimal of water, no chemicals into the production line, and no chemical into the wastewater. And steam cleaning also can provide more safe working environment due to less water use in steam, and we can avoid water damage around electrical components. Then we can avoid fall injuries, and we can also avoid contamination from waterborne bacteria. And steam cleaning offer much faster solution compared to chemical cleaning. Due to steam cleaning does not need to rest for some times on the surface to be effective. While for sanitizers, all right, sanitizers rely on water to carry the strong chemicals to destroy the microorganisms, and the chemical need to rest on the surface for some times on this is because to provide sufficient time to allow the reaction happen sufficiently before removal or sanitizing can happen. The waiting time may cause delays in production. And sometimes sanitizer may react poorly with soil due to sanitizer reacts within the soil deposit. Apa dia? Ni kecil. Ya ke? Ada adik pergi main kat sana ya. Ya. Sorry for that. Okay, so we continue. Let's continue. I stop here, I think. Okay, so sanitizer will react with soil. Okay, sanitizer will react with soil. Sometimes, not always. Okay, sometimes it will react with soil. Okay, due to the chemical reaction and due to as well the composition characteristic of the soils. All right, but due to reaction with the soil or deposit, the sanitizer cannot act effectively when microorganisms are hiding within the soil. All right. So furthermore, some pathogens have evolved biofilm which protect the pathogen from chemical penetration. Another thing that you need to know that this sanitizing with chemicals is affordable as it does not require special machinery, and it can work at room temperature, and then the chemicals are easy to find. But it is important to check the sanitizer specification, as we need to find chemicals that approve for food contact surfaces. Okay. Then another thing that you need to note that most chemical agents are normally hazardous. Thus, chemical can increase the risk of chemical cross-contamination into the food product, which harmful to consumer. It also corrosive to worker and surface of equipment. And from this list, steam is more attractive. From this list, both of these lists, steam is more attractive compared to sanitizer, especially for food factory that are looking for sustainable practice. Before I end my video, I would like to highlight another important practice in food industry. So if steam or heat transfer liquid is used in the heat transfer equipment, such as pasteurizer, to avoid accidental contamination in case of leakage on the equipment, okay, or in the, between the wall of the heating fluid and the uh, uh, food product fluid, okay, we must make sure the pressure of the liquid food line should always be higher than pressure of steam or heat transfer liquid in the equipment. Okay, hopefully this video provides sufficient information on steam application in food industry. I have made other informative video related to food industry, and so make sure you check them out. All right, and thank you for watching, and bye.